Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We have officially on Global's Twitter the new rose that should be dropping as a global first. Surprisingly, it's not an LR. I've seen a couple things. I've managed to avoid pretty much all the stuff to do with the unit just because I wanted that, fresh for me to react to. But he's not an LR, so maybe he's not for Tanabata. And this is what the Super Dokkan tickets were dropping for, is for this banner. So, kind of curious to see what we're doing. So he does have a domain, and this says before cloning. So he leads super bosses, so we're getting a super bosses category early, or corroded body and mind. That's such a doo-doo category. Those two categories get key plus 3, HP and attack and defense plus 170. The additional HP, attack and defense plus 30% for characters also belong to Realm of Gods, Accelerated Battle, Exploding Rage. Realm of Gods super bosses is pretty much what Rose's, Zamasu's, etc. And then Beerus. Corroded Body and Mind, Realm of Gods, again, Rose's. I can't lie, his leader skill isn't great. His leader skill isn't great. Broly definitely has the better leader skill. Yeah, this leader skill isn't great. Broly has the better one, but Broly's not out until the anniversary, which is what, 6 months? But this as a leader skill, that is definitely not it. Start of turn gets key plus 2, attack and defense plus 200%. He guards all attacks for 1 turn from the character's entry turn. Reduces damage received by 6% per super boss's category and on a team up to 30%. No, Dokkan, don't do that. This is giving me LR and Mega Shenron all over again, where he's too reliant on a category that isn't that good, and especially on Global. Like, super bosses isn't, like, as a standalone category, isn't that great. And we're missing one of the biggest and peakest units that go on that team, which is Broly. We're going down the path of a Mega Shenron. I mean, turn 1, great. You know, you can get a bit of damage reduction in. You have guard for the first turn. He then gains an additional damage reduction of 30% before attacking, which is nice. But then, I mean, that's only going to do so much. Again, because after turn 1, you lose the guard. And then once he attacks, that's it. That's the 30% damage reduction gone. So even if you did have a full Super Bosses team, it's not like you have like a full-blown 60% damage reduction. No, you're back to 30. Launches an additional attack per rainbow key sphere obtained. Okay. Launches an additional attack. There's a 50% chance of becoming a super attack. Launches an additional super attack every time the character attacks 5 times in battle, which is per key sphere. Also gains an additional attack and defense plus 30% within the same turn with each attack performed. Super bosses category allies get key plus 2 within the same turn after receiving an attack. 70% chance of nullifying key blast super attacks directed at the character. Not a fan of the super bosses category allies giving him his damage reduction, especially because he loses it after attacking. But before that, actually pretty good. And all the rest of it, I actually really like. Link set Super Saiyan Big Bad Bosses, Dismal Future, Prepared for Battle, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle. And then on active skill, which is the Time Rift of Wrath, can be activated when all allies attacking in the same turn are Super Bosses category characters, starting from the 4th turn, from the start of battle. 4th turn is okay, it's solid. It's solid against Super Bosses. I mean, you're looking at Beerus, Broly, who we don't have yet, and then Zamasu's. And then there's Rose, so I guess it's not too bad, but again, his leader skill just isn't too good. Or starting from the 6th turn from the start of battle. Creates the domain, City Future, Rift in Time, raises Super Bosses category allies, key plus 2 by 2. Sorry, raises Super Bosses category allies, key by 2, and creates the character's clones for 4 turns. His categories are Super Bosses, Corroded Body and Mind, Realm of Gods, Accelerated Battle, Exploding Rage, Patara, Future Saga of Time Travelers, Inhuman Deeds, Worldwide Chaos, Power Beyond a Super Saiyan, Power of Wishes. I can't lie. Super bosses, again, there's only a handful amount of units you can use that give him his damage reduction. That's not too bad. It's the fact that he loses his 30% damage reduction once he attacks, so you just have to rely on the damage reduction you get from super boss units. And his lead isn't great. So it's not like you're going to be running dual Rosés, and we don't have Broly yet. So if he kept if he just had 30% damage reduction and didn't lose it, I think it would be a hell of a lot better. I think they messed up on that. On 12 key, or not even 12 key, I just remembered he's not a LR. On super attack, he's going to raise attack and defense by 30% and cause immense damage to the enemy. And then once his domain pops, super bosses category enemies and allies gain attack and defense plus 10%, and then additional attack and defense plus 10% for characters who also belong to the extreme class. But let's not forget, if you pop Rose's domain, and again, this is thinking way ahead when Broly drops, if you pop Rose's domain, you can't use Broly's. You want to use Broly's because you want him transformed, but that means you can't use his. And then the same thing could be said for Zamasu as well. Quite a few characters on super bosses who have domain. So this is when you use it and he brings out the clones, which I think is pretty sick. So now he has key plus 2 and attack and defense plus 222%. Attacks are effective against all types. Damage reduction received by 66% before attacking. See, that's good, but why is it always before attacking? Just let him have 66 damage reduction. Like, the 66% damage reduction is great. He could probably move into slot 1 at that point. But why do we have to lose it once he attacks? Just let him keep it. Randomly change key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres. Launch an additional attack. There's a rare chance of becoming a super attack per rainbow key sphere obtained. I guess that's not too bad because he is a rainbow orb changer. So that's what? 5%, 7% chance, and you build that up. Launches an additional attack. There's a 70% chance of becoming a super attack. Launch an additional super attack every time the character attacks 5 times in battle, plus an additional attack and defense plus 33% within the same turn of each attack performed. No links change, obviously. And then on super attack, he will greatly raise attack. So he'll stack and raise defense by 30% for 1 turn, cause immense damage to the enemy and greatly lower defense. I can't lie. Why not have the stacking before he goes into the clones? Before he uses his active skill and transforms or brings out the clones. Why not make him stack before that? Considering the earliest you can do that is turn 4. Or just let him stack through both. You know, both forms. Why make him stack once you have him transformed? Which again is turn 4. I can't lie, this unit looks decent. The Rose looks good. But there's just a few wonky choices that just doesn't make sense. Like the stacking after, you know, losing the damage reduction once he attacks. You know, it leaves him vulnerable. Category lead isn't great. Broly's not here yet. His domain clashes with Broly's. His domain clashes with Zamasu's. So, I mean, he looks good, but there's some wonky choices. I mean, I was really worried that my anniversary funds might be in trouble, but currently I reckon I could probably skip because Beast Gohan is just far too good to miss out on. But he does look good. I said just a few wonky choices, I won't lie. Okay, let's see what these animations are saying. Ew. That's a clean shot, but the bit before that... That's from Fighters. Sick move. I like that. That sounds good. I like that. That sounds really nice. Okay, the way the domain activates and you bring the... You actually have 3 clones out. Jesus Christ. It looks so goofy. But I love it. The domain active looks really nice. The way that activates looks great. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This unit just has a lot of wonky shit. Like, this is fine. This looks like arse. Like, this is shit. Like, this looks like this is from like 2018, 2019. I like this though. This is a cool shot. This unit, I don't know, it looks old to me. It looks like they made this a while ago and just kept it in the vault, kept it in the bank until they decided to drop it, which is now. This is fine. I said I really like this. This is really good. Voice lines sound good. I like the animation for the domain. It's pretty sick. You know, it makes the rift. Clones come out. Cool. This looks goofy as fuck. It looks so goofy, but I love it. And then, yeah, this is fine as well. You know, that's just kind of my overall consensus with this unit. I mean, it's a decent unit. It's a solid unit. There are some wonky choices and some problems. The same can be said with the animations. There's some shots that look good. Some animations look quite old, as I said, as if they made the unit a while ago and just haven't dropped it. And then there's just some wonky shots. But that just seems to be the overall pattern with his unit. But I don't know. Let me know down in the comments, guys. At the moment, it's looking like my stones for the anniversary are safe. And I'm going to be saving for Beast Gold as much as I really want. Or as much as I really wanted to summon for Rose. It looks like my anniversary stones are safe. But I said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. What you think about this unit and his animations. Will you be summoning for him? I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Have a good rest of your day. And post.